So, one of my favorite cartoon shows of all time is the Powerpuff Girls, the original one from 1998. It follows the life of three little girls, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, who are superheroes and must save their hometown of Townsville from different monsters and villains that try to destroy the city. They also have to do all of their work before bedtime because they are only in kindergarten after all. Now, what originally drew me into this show was its concept. Three little girls who seem all cute and innocent at first glance, but they can mess someone up. This show actually had some pretty gruesome scenes to the point where when I was young and watching this show, my older cousin was concerned about me watching this show because it was so violent, but I still watched it anyway. I watched for the fun plot lines and all the creative characters, but mostly I watched for my favorite character in this show, who is also my favorite Powerpuff Girl, Blossom. Now, the girls are technically triplets since they all exploded into existence at the same time. Although to me, the girls with their drastically different personalities behave more like ordinary sisters than triplets. Blossom being the smartest, most confident, most responsible, and the voice of reason, aligns with the typical personality of the oldest child, in my opinion. Buttercup being aggressive, reckless, and the least empathetic aligns with the typical personality of the middle child, in my opinion. And Bubbles being the most sensitive and childish, often feeling left behind compared to her other sisters, aligns with the typical personality of the youngest child, in my opinion. And because I am the oldest child, I do have a lot of similar personality traits to Blossom. She has always been my favorite Powerpuff Girl. Also, the girls were created by Professor Utonium in his lab out of sugar, spice, and everything nice, and the special secret ingredient Chemical X, which caused the girls to have a variety of superpowers, including super strength, super speed, the ability to fly, heat vision, x-ray vision, and the ability to breathe and survive in space, and the ability to withstand extreme temperatures. These superpowers and many others are stuff that all three girls can do. However, each of the girls also has one unique power that the other girls don't have. Blossom has ice breath,
but I'm sure gonna miss you anyway.
And Buttercup has the ability to curl her tongue. Honestly, she knew where she stood when they gave her that as a special unique power, which isn't really that special or unique since even I can curl my tongue. I'm sorry, Buttercup, but you know what? When I was 8 years old, I went to Salvation Army and I got a 3-inch plush doll of you. Not your sisters, you. So you can go ahead and rub that in their faces. But I may have just gotten Buttercup because I couldn't find Blossom or Bubbles. Not that I was looking for them, I was just looking for whatever, then I just saw Buttercup there and I was like, oh, let me get it. I have no idea what happened to that doll anyways. But yeah, I didn't really care for Buttercup's superpower because I could already do that. But honestly, another reason Blossom is my favorite is because I was jealous of her ice breath. I wanted to do that. And I think I read somewhere that the Powerpuff Girls as a team are one person. Blossom is the mind, Buttercup is the body, and Bubbles is the soul. I feel like that also aligns with their different personalities and how when they work together to fight crime, sometimes they combine their powers and they create a mutant power. Now, I'm gonna go off topic a little bit, but even though I love the Powerpuff Girls, I love superheroes like Kim Possible, who is a hero, but doesn't have any superpowers. She just uses what she got to save the day, and that's great because kids watch that show and feel like if Kim can do it, then I can do it because she doesn't have any superpowers and neither do I. She's just going out, being herself and saving people, and I can do that. I can go out and save people. Maybe I can't do it as well as Kim, but I can still do that. Whereas the Powerpuff Girls and Batman and Superman and Iron Man, all these superheroes, I can't fling webs out of my wrists, I can't fly, I don't have laser vision, you know? And I feel like kids maybe watch that and feel a little sad, they're my hero, but I can't do the same thing that they can do, you know? But that's why I love Kim.
Kim Possible.
So what's the sitch?
Back to the Powerpuff Girls. So something I really liked about the show is that the girls have all these responsibilities because they have all of these special powers. However, they're still just 5 years old. So I really like the plot lines when the girls act like regular 5-year-olds. Like the plot line when Mojo Jojo was a babysitter. And even though Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup are the Powerpuff Girls, they were acting like regular 5-year-olds watching cartoons. I also liked this show's strong message of female empowerment. There was a whole episode dedicated to Susan B. Anthony and feminism, where the girls had to fight a criminal who was one of the very few female criminals that the show has ever had. And the criminal convinces the girls to let her go, since us girls gotta stick together in a man's world. The Powerpuff Girls let her go, but then the criminal uses her femininity to commit more crimes and also convinces the Powerpuff Girls to hate all men, which is not the true meaning of feminism. It's all about lifting women up, not pushing men down. But later, Miss Bellum and Miss Keene, who are two very respected women in the show, teach the Powerpuff Girls the true meaning of feminism. And I honestly love Miss Bellum and Miss Keene's characters because Miss Keene is the girls' kindergarten teacher and she's always been very nice and sweet and just had a very lovely personality. While Miss Bellum is the mayor's assistant or secretary, I'm not really quite sure what her job is. She's basically the brains and beauty behind the man, the mayor. And throughout the entirety of the show, Miss Bellum's face is never seen. It's always hidden away by her hair, or it's just cut off by the screen. And I think they did that to symbolize what a lot of people think about women. A lot of times people only look at a woman's body and don't really care to see her face or know her personality or even her name, which is such a shame because if people looked past the body, then they would realize Miss Bellum, like a lot of women, are smart, compassionate, and wonderful. Okay, now I'm just gonna talk about the villains of this show. Him. Oh my goodness, what an icon. I love him. The Powerpuff Girls was really doing LGBTQ plus representation before it was cool to do that, but you know, him was a villain. But as long as he's a villain, you better be the best one, and he was. He was smarter than any other villain. He was the most threatening villain. The only one who was capable to like take over the world basically in that universe. Wherever Townsville is, I don't know, I still don't know, they never told us. Love him, love Blossom, love the Powerpuff Girls, great show. Y'all should watch it if you haven't. If you've already watched it, rewatch it, and also rewatch this channel and my music. Thank you. Have a nice day.